Beef don't stop. It never stop. It keep going. TikTok, not the app is on the stopwatch. Yeah, man. What's up? What's happening? It's K.A. We back in this thing. K is so good that he sleep with a cut up a throne. You know the little nigga on the turn. So Maul, Jamal, however you say his name, on Maul. Academics likes to call him Mealy Maul from the Joe Budden podcast, formerly of the Joe Budden podcast, now on the Rory and Maul podcast. Media mogul himself did an interview and he says he still got some issues with Joe Budden. And we gonna read the statement here now. Honestly, if you don't know, basically Joe Budden had a big podcast, the Joe Budden podcast. Well, it's still called the Joe Budden podcast, but originally it had Rory and Maul on it. So basically, you should know if you click this video. But if you don't, let me give you a little fucking refresher lesson. Basically, they've been doing the podcast for a while. They've been going on tours, doing their thing. Everything looked great from the outside looking in. Apparently the business was bad. As we've seen at one point, they were doing the show. Rory had a little bit of issues, I guess, and he was getting a little temperamental. Joe said to stay home a little bit. Ma didn't take it that well because he's like, how do you make that comment and not ask the rest of us? Blase, blase. Both of them disappeared for a while. I was confused what the fuck was happening. We're seeing Rory running around in LA and Ma just fucking disappeared. I guess this nigga went to Cape Coast or wherever the fuck these niggas been going to fucking vacation. But anyways, then they came back. They aired out all their grievances in that legendary podcast. And it was what it was. I thought everything was going to be fine. They did the podcast with, what's her name? Rosa Acosta. Bad little shawty. Anyways, did that little podcast. Was what it was, and then the tensions were still there to the point. I guess they quit or they got fired. However it was, that will be forever the most wildest video when Joe was literally looking at their empty seats and like talking, addressing them, looking forever. I love Joe, but he was wilding for that. Like the motherfucker, the seat was empty. He's like, Rory, how dare you do this? And I'm just like, bro, what the fuck? The nigga not here. Like. Yo, if I was Parks in that moment, I would be like, I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to take your ass seriously, but this a lot. You brazy, man. You brazy, but it was what it was. So they had to part ways. Rory and Ma have their new podcast. I think it's on Kevin Durant's network. But they have their thing, and then Joe Budden brought in Ice and Ish, who I actually do like. You know, they at first it was like, of course, I love Rory and Ma. We don't get some of them funny ass moments we used to give with Rory and Ma. I'm not gonna lie, we used to get some funny ass moments. I ain't gonna lie, but I fuck with Ice and Ish. But like, yeah. So of course I would want Rory and Ma to come back. Maybe later on in the future, reconcile, at least give us like a reunion special podcast, where it's like, you know, he still does the Ice and Ish podcast, but he gives us a Rory and a Ma one as well, just like a reunion, not like friends, just like, yeah, you know, we're back on speaking terms, we're friends again. We're gonna give y'all one, and we done. We done beefing, gonna give you one. Alright, we sail off into the sunset, everybody on their own shit. And you know, it is what it is. But it turns out that will never happen, because in the recent interview Ma had, like he still got some smoke. And he said they ain't beef, but it doesn't look like they can ever be cool again. Now let's read this little statement real quick. Like, subscribe, help your boy, I help your boy grow. I've been talking for 3 minutes, you know what I'm saying? I was saying, no, black people like to conversate. We be talking a lot of bullshit, but anyways. Jamil, or Jamal, however the fuck you say it, Ma Clay speaks on Joe Budden. I don't respect him at all. The former Joe Budden podcast co-host explained that there isn't any beef, but he's reached his breaking point and won't turn back. The friendship between Joe Budden and his former co-host Rory Mick Farrell, I like to call him McFarlane, and Jamil, Ma Clay, were once the talk of social media after the latter two decided to exit the Joe Budden podcast. Also, I have a question for Joe Budden. So, see, the thing is, has their own YouTube channel. Are they still part of their network, or they branched off and they did their own shit? You still have the banner at the top of your thing that they are part of it. Also, what the fuck happened to Girl Talk? Anyways, besides that, let's continue. There were accusations that certain moves with accounting weren't transparent, and as all three of the former co-workers took to a podcast microphones to air out their grievances, Budden moved on with new faces to his platform. I swear Rory and Ma left, but that's besides the point. It has been some time since fans have been updated about whether or not these three have been able to mend fences. Oh, y'all haven't been checking on my channel. I can tell you, yeah, they ain't 100%. I think both him, Mal and Roy run to Park's wedding to go show love to Parks and Ren. I forgot her name. But yeah, but besides that, I don't think they're cool. But anyways, But according to Mom, that won't happen anytime soon. He recently chatted with Star Status Chris and said he doesn't have any respect for Joe Budden. This is the quote from Mom. I don't respect him at all, shaking his head. I'll shake the room before I shake his hand. That's just what it is, said Mom. It's not even about the business or the money. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, bro, that me and Rory walked away from. It's a lot of money that was taken out of our pockets. It's a lot of money that still to this day we don't have no lawyers going after it. Keep it. We got our own back. But with that money that we walked away from, with that, what was owed to us that we walked away from, that was also me walking away from our relationship and a chapter of life that I once walked. A chapter of life. Once I walk away, you know the door never opens again. He went on to clarify that there is no beef with Budden, but if he gets to a point where he shuts the door on a relationship, there's no coming back from him. Now this is sad because they was really friends. Like Mon and Joe was really friends. They knew each other for years, and it's fucking sad. At the end of the day, one of your longtime friends, you start having beef with him. It's sad. Regardless, you could take. I know Joe got an ego or whatever. Regardless, but like, I'm pretty sure he sits there sometimes like, nigga, Mo's my man. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he said that. He probably missed them times they had. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, besides that, like, that's why a lot of niggas say you can't do friendship and business because some situations might end up like this. It is what it is. But like, of course, me personally, because I enjoy both podcasts, I just like them as people in general. Like, again, I remember I did not like Joe Budden after listening to the podcast for as long as I did. I'm like, I kind of started to understand bro a little bit. I'm not saying he's not a narcissist, but I understand him a little bit better than before. You know what I'm saying? So, I wish, because like, regardless of my feelings as a viewer and as a fan, just like them being friends that long, if it was possible for them to mend fences, I wish they could. Even Rory, but they always document about, oh yeah, Budden and Ma, they was living in the same crib with Marissa, who used to be on the podcast before, and all this ish was happening. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it sucks. It sucks. But hey, sometimes, I remember my dad always used to say, hey, listen, you got your friends now, but sadly, they might not be there later on in your life. And I used to get mad at him as a kid because I was a kid. I'm like, no, that's my man, that's my friend. How you gonna tell me my friend ain't gonna be my friend no more? I never understood what he was saying until like, you grow up and you like, damn, like, niggas move away, some niggas pass away, some niggas you don't really fuck with anymore over just like y'all just grown apart. There's beef over there. A bitch fucked up your relate. Who fucking knows? Like, so there's certain shit, money, certain shit like that just happens, fame. So it sucks that this happens. Of course, this ain't gonna be nothing about it. Both podcasts is good, but it sucks. It sucks at the end of the day. Again, could the business have been better? Yes. Maybe they could have got lawyers to handle this thing instead of all three of them talking it out. Maybe, and that could have saved the friendship. Yes. I don't know. I remember when that happened, Park said some shit like, yeah, he fucks with Joe Joseph's mans, but like, even like business-wise, like, you kind of look at Joe like, what the fuck? Like, sometimes he looks at him like, what the fuck? So, I forgot exactly what the quote was, but, like, yeah, it's just like, bro, like, I don't know, because Parks is a co-host as well, so I just look at it like, that nigga fine. So, what happened with y'all? Yeah, I think they should just let lawyers handle the business shit and then just do the episodes. I feel like it would have been better. But who fucking know? It's a business at the end of the day. Niggas trying to get paid. Niggas got livelihoods. Niggas trying to eat well. And if you feel like you're adding something to this podcast, you should. It's different if they were like a proper employee. Because even if you were an employee and say you got this set wage and you're like, hey, nigga, listen, we've been killing the podcast. Hey, listen. Listen, I feel like I deserve a raise for all the shit we doing. And we went on to, we've been doing a lot, bro. I'm still getting paid this much. I feel like my shit could go up a little bit. And if it is true that even though they wasn't making that much money, if he was paying them extra, that's correct. Like, I don't know, bro. It's a weird fucking situation. But Budden didn't handle it right. You could say Rory and Ma didn't handle it right. And honestly, if I'm Budden, bro, if I owe them niggas some paper, like regardless, I don't give a fuck if they gonna take it or not. Bro, pay them niggas, bro. Like, I ain't gonna, like, your rise was not by yourself. If you owe them niggas some paper, give it to them niggas. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about that situation. But yeah, hey, hopefully one day they can kumbaya. But hey, it's what it is. But besides all that, you know, it's your friendly neighborhood K.A. signing out for today. Check out the other videos, like and subscribe. Check out the links in the description. Check out the other videos I got. Check out the Pop Smoke video I dropped about the shorty who basically, she was with him and she was talking about the situation on social media. I hope she was talking to a lawyer, but check that video out. And yeah, signing off for today. The Black TJ Detweiler, always doing this thing. My name ring bells like Quasimodo. Hit like and subscribe if you want to hear a little bit more though. Foot. Slime Zoom, peace, y'all. It was gang. Hey.